Negosyo with Joe. Paano ba magsimula ng negosyo? What are the do's and don'ts? How do you grow your money? Get a real-life guide from authorities in the industry. Tune in to Negosyo with Joe. Negosyo with Joe. Fridays 4 to 5 p.m. Only here on Capital 104.3. Negosyo with Joe.
You're tuned in to Capital 104.3 Negosyo with Joe. Guys, maraming salamat po wherever you are, whether you're at home, whether you're at the office, whether you are going somewhere. Maraming salamat po for tuning in. Again, ito po ang programang Negosyo with Joe exclusively here on Capital 104.3. At meron din po tayong replays, by the way, guys, on Radyo Magazine 1278 every Saturdays at 4:05 p.m. At syempre, if I'm not mistaken, Kuya Ading baliktad din. Radio Sports 8 to 9 p.m. 9 a.m. on Sundays. Alright, so again, for those of you who are first-time listeners to the show, maraming salamat po. And just in case you have not heard of a single episode of the program, ang pinaka-pakay po natin, ang pinaka-aim natin dito is to promote entrepreneurship and of course to give advice, real-life advice to those who have ideas or budding entrepreneurs. At syempre, we have household names, industry leaders, and speaking of which, household names itong magiging panauhin po natin sa hapong ito ay syempre, if you like burger specifically, nako, natikman po ng mga tech natin kanina ang kanyang mga specialties at talaga naman naglaway kami while eating. Sige. Alright, so without further ado, guys, let's welcome on the program the one and only, the man himself, Chef Ed Bugia. Chef, magandang hapon.
Hello, good afternoon. Thanks for having me, Joe.
Yan, of course,
Very excited.
natutuwa po kami at on such short notice napaunlakan po tayo ni Chef Ed. At syempre, common friend po namin si Kuya Carlo. Kuya Carlo. Si Kuya Carlo, who we've had here on our first season. Alright, so episode 2 tayo of season 2, by the way, Chef Ed. And we are again happy, bro, that you are here. At natutuwa kami kasi nga may real na product si Ed, no? Hindi sa nagpaparinig tayo sa mga magiging guest natin. Okay, so let's get down to business, bro, Chef Ed, bro. So sabi ko nga kanina, bro, we would like to hear it from their experts in the industry. But before that, just in case someone who has no idea, baka sakaling may nakikinig sa atin o nanonood ngayon, sino ba yan si Chef Ed? Ayan, sino ba? Can you give us a brief background, parang burger brief background there, Chef Ed, and who you are and what you do?
Sure. So, ayun, my name is Chef Edward Bugia. Sa social media, ang parang tawag sa akin ay si Kuya Chef Ed.
Uy,
para kunwari bata. Dahil di na tayo bata Kuya Chef Ed. I've been cooking for close to 20 years now. Mm-hmm. No, I started actually around 2006. No, yung pagre-restaurant naman, I started 2008. So close to 20 years na rin. 18 years na ako nagre-restaurants. I had a lot of restaurants in the Maginhawa area pre-pandemic. Mm-hmm. No, this was called the Pino group of restaurants.
Ooh,
so Pino, we had a vegan restaurant, Pipino, the Burger Project, Malingap.
Sorry.
Nag-start kami Maginhawa, then we moved to Malingap. The Burger Project, Breakfast and Pies, etc. Oo. So pandemic happened. Pandemic happened. So very good segue and transition to yung business partner ko, one of the most famous negosyantes rin in town. His name is Joe Mag or Joe Magsaysay.
Yes.
The founder of Potato Corner, one of the founders of Potato Corner, tumawag. Sabi, Ed, gusto ko bilhin yung burger project mo. Sabi ko, anong bibilin mo? Sinara ko. Diba? Sabi niya, ba't mo sinara? Sabi ko, pandemic ang gagawin natin? Yoko na. Tapos sabi niya, hindi, what if buhayin natin? Sabi ko, no, the name is old na. By this time, it was more than 10 years na yung brand Sabi ko, what if gumawa tayong bago? Doon nag-umpisa sa what if. What if gumawa tayong bago? Tapos sabi ko kay Joe Mag, what if gumawa tayong smash burgers? Tapos napaisip siya. Sabi niya, ano yung smash burgers? Ano yan? Baka trendy lang yan. De, trust me, this might be a good thing for us.
Alright.
Bago, smaller, more affordable for Filipinos, scalable concept, etc. So that's how Flipside Burgers was born. He's my first investor and partner.
Yan.
He's looking for the next Potato Corner, kumbaga Diba? So, we started Flipside pandemic rin. Hindi. Patapos na. Tail end na ng lockdown. 2023. December 2023.
Tapos na yun, no?
Wala na yun halos. No? Meron pa rin pasulpot-sulpot pero halos wala na. So we started it during that year, December. And then now 2026 we have 5 branches already of Flipside Burgers. Thank you. I just recently transferred also to Antipolo. Laking QC and Pasig ako the past yung dating growing up, no. And then a year and a half ago, I moved to Antipolo. I saw a very nice spot for a dream concept ko na coffee shop. So, I opened a cafe with my wife also. So, yan naman. Ito yung suot natin ngayon.
Yan.
Yung Easter Coffee Club. Yan naman ay sa Antipolo, sa may Kogyo area.
Yun,
Yan.
diretso ng Masinag, bro.
Diretso lang. Pag nakita mo yung McDo doon, that's called Eastland Heights. Makikita mo, The Olive,
right,
Eastland
right,
Heights.
right.
That's where
Yun pala yun.
Easter Coffee Club is.
Yan. So,
Yan.
napaka multi-accoladed tong guest natin ngayon in terms of his industry. Pero bro, ang gusto ko matanungin, I'm gonna go a deep dive naman sa background mo pa. Medyo
sige.
throwback tayo ng konti ba. Did you always wanted to be a chef, bro? Did you, growing up, did you really think na, paglaki ko, chef, burger?
Hindi. Not at all. Not at all. This story I've told several times sa my interview, but I like saying it kasi to inspire. No? Nagtry ako mag-corporate kasi galing ako galing akong Ateneo. Kasi may mga
friends natin sa Ateneo.
Medyo nag-Ateneo tayo. Tapos, syempre, after that, they expect you to go corporate. Diba? Nung panahon na yan this was
certain stereotype no?
early 2000s Pag galing kang mga big top 3 universities, diba yung mga big 3? Corporate ka, corporate. Kasi hindi pa uso dati yung parang mga entrepreneurship or alternative jobs.
Correct.
Entrepreneurship was something mga retirees would do. Di ba? Yung parang ayoko na pero ito, wala pa. So, this was 2004, 2005. So, wala pa yun. Corporate, I really tried. I was part of one of the biggest multinational companies here in Manila. 2 months lang, di ako tumagal.
Bakit,
2 months
bro?
lang.
Bakit?
Parang hirap ako. Parang hindi ko ma-gets yung, we have to sell itong sabon panlaba to ganyan-ganyan sa probinsya. Tapos ako, hirap ako. I think, I have to admit this, no? Na-spoil ako ng konti natin Hindi ko makuha yung product. Kumbaga, Ed, ikaw ba talaga yung naglalaba?
Correct.
Diba? Hindi naman. Washing machine ko lang, tinatambak ko lang Diba? So, may disconnect. And di ko nakayanan yung corporate na parang
environment, no?
The environment. Kasi kumbaga lahat ng top from your schools and other schools pinagsama-sama. Parang may mini competition, may politics.
May mini UAP.
Di ko kaya yung ganun. Sabi ko, ba't kailangan kong talunin to ka-team ko to or di ba? Bakit kailangan yung sales namin? 2 months I resigned and parang movies. Pagpunta ko sa kotse ko, the day I resigned, naka-necktie pa and all, may flyer ng culinary school. Ganun lang. May flyer lang. Tapos sabi ko, uy, cute yung model.
Ganda,
may model lang. Tapos sabi ko, what if, since I just resigned today, daanan ko na to, yung nasa flyer, let's check it out.
Iba?
Hindi. Ang pangalan ng school ay AICA, Academy for International Culinary Arts.
I've heard.
Sa Pasig. Ortigas, Pasig. Pagpunta ko, one of my first ever culinary mentors was there. His name was Chef Rob Pengson. Chef Rob Pengson. He was there. Nagluluto siya mag-isa. Sabi niya, subukan mo. Short course ka muna. I enjoyed. Ang nangyari, every short course, 1 month lang yan Yung parang final exam niya, may darating na mga distinguished na chef to assess, to judge.
Right.
Yung isang chef dun, parang nakita, gawa mo to? Parang ganun, may question mark. Sabi ko, bakit? The dish, I remember the dish I made.
Okay.
Creme brulee. Nung panahon parang siyang yung social na leche flan, di ba? Creme brulee, di ba? Na may crust na sugar sa ibabaw. Ito exact words ng chef. Sabi niya, ikaw gumawa niyan? Bakit? Short course lang kayo, di ba? Oo nga, anong problema? Sabi nila, mahirap yan Sabi ko, hindi ko alam na mahirap yun. For me, so parang yung naging parang alam mo yung sa mga nagpapiano, yung widow. Di ba? Yung may gamay pala ako na hindi ko alam.
Na undiscovered mo pala.
Tas may taste pala. One of the chef judges during that day, there, hinire ako agad. Sabi, work for me. Okay lang yan, kahit short course ka pa lang. Pero after a year of working with him, nakulangan ako Sabi ko, bumalik ako sa school. Full diploma course na ako. Then nagturo pa ako ng culinary. Then eventually, from that time, all the way to 2008, before my first resto, yung Pino. So yun, nagtuturo muna ako. So there, that's the short history and background behind it.
Sobrang i-recap natin. So nag-aaral ka bro, syempre sa ADMU. Tapos konting very very short brief na
di nga counted na dapat yun 2 months lang parang OJT lang
para serendipity nakakita ka ng flyer na nakasuksok sa doorknob.
Tas di ko alam na makakahiligan ko pala. Hindi ko alam na yung grades ko dun sa short course na yun will be high. Hindi ko alam na marunong pala ako magluto ng matino na maayos.
Cook when you were
Yung ano lang,
Hotdog,
yung
itlog na
very, kunwari, uwi ka, parang, corned beef, ay, may repolyo sa ref.
Halo-halo lang,
Na di mo alam, classic combination pa lang cabbage and corned beef. Na di mo alam mo lang, masarap sa pagsama.
Right.
Ganun lang. As in, wala akong nothing na yung complicated. Lola ko is one of my mentors.
Si Lola.
As in, nung boy pa siya, as in, pagtatawag ako sa kanya, Lola, may Filipino resto ako eh. Lola, paano may dinuguan? Bakit parang hindi magbuo yung dugo, yung ganyan. So tuturuan niya ako. I-relay niya sana, bibisitahin ko siya. So she was my first mentor. My mom and dad, they would cook.
Did Lola cook well then?
I think nung panahon na yun kasi most of them were trained sa panahon ng Americans
Sabagay.
They were really good orators, 'di ba? Nung panahon nila ng mga grandparents natin. Nabutan pa nila yung gera eh. 'Di ba? So, yeah, she talked very well. My mom talked very well. She was in the ad agency, advertising world yung mom ko. So yun, that was my very brief history. I didn't know I would be good at it.
So parang you're fated to be who you are today, bro.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pivot a bit na idol, no. Dun sa pagsisimula, I mean, you taught you taught culinary,
Yes.
tapos you started your own. Can you give us an idea lang, or can you share if you don't mind, na when you were starting your first business talagang sa'yo na, how can you take us through the process, bro? Is it easy for you, or what were the usual, or kung di man usual, ano yung mga pinagdaan naman talagang ay, hindi ko na-anticipate. You did not go to business. Ano course mo?
Philo. Nag-ano ako, business management honors sa Ateneo. Pero sinipa ako kasi hindi ko kaya ang grades ko na pang honors.
So wala ka rin yung background sa undergrad ng business. So can you give us, I mean, yung realistic, anong pinagdaan mong challenges? Kasi corporate tapos sariling business.
Si dad ko always had his own business. No? He's a customs broker.
Alright.
So it's his own brokerage. No? Up till now. No? Siya ang unang mentor ko siguro sa pagiging entrepreneur. I learned the word entrepreneur from him. No? Sabi ko, Dad, ano ba trabaho mo pag finifill up ko yung mga forms sa school? Entrepreneur. Okay, Dad, spelling. Ang hirap eh. Diba? So he would teach me, ayan, ganito yan, anak, kahit na ikaw yung boss, kailangan papasweldo ka, ganyan. Okay, it didn't hit me until, yun nga, nag-start kami ng sarili naming resto.
Yun nga, ito yung reality. Pakinggan natin.
Una, kailangan may skill set ka.
Number 1.
Kasi kung may skill set ka, maaaring hindi ko yung maglabas ng pera. That's my biggest tip.
Alright.
So, yung unang-unang resto namin, sabi ko, may friends ako eh. May pera ka. Ako wala. Pero marunong kayo magluto.
Gets ko naman.
Marunong ka magluto. Ako marunong.
Gets.
Partner tayo. Hati kami, 3. And we were young. That was mid-20s. Ang kagandahan, pagka young ka pa, matapang ka pa, you are naive sa realities ng buhay. Habang meron ka pa nung naivety na to, yung tapang na to, yung ignorance na to, gawin mo na lahat ng gusto mong gawin.
Uy, i-post kita dun, bro. Kasi I think I've heard that in one of the great speakers, si Gary Vaynerchuk.
Oh, sinabi niya rin yan.
Sinabi niya rin yan na parang, habang bata ka pa, ilang gulang kasi you can make all the mistakes you had
Exactly.
and you're still young.
Wala ka pang responsibilidad. Wala ka pang mga anak, wala ka pa asawa, wala pa. So, yung tapang mo, yung maririsk mo, sa'yo pa lang eh. Sa'yo pa lang. Kung magkamali, sorry ka. Kumbaga, ano ka muna, asin muna yung ulam mo this week, magkaganon, di ba?
Bata pa naman.
Diba? Bata pa naman eh. Kaya mo pang mabuhay sa kung ano lang, Vienna sausage lang, kaya na eh. That was the risk we took.
Okay.
Wala pa kaming overthinking eh. Wala pa eh. Parang, sige, subok lang. Yung menu ko noong una, weird. Weird talaga
Can you
menu
give us
ko.
an idea?
Kunwari yung Pino, di ba Pino became known as a very creative Filipino
Correct.
fusion. Fusion pa yung term dati, ng medyo cool food eh. Pare, yung food ko noon, kunwari, anong recipe ng mami ko? Favorite niya magluto ng yung spaghetti na corned beef yung karne, imbis na giniling. Di ba? Yung parang bolognese na masarap, di ba? Akala ko, ito translate, masarap to, kinakain namin ng luto ng mami ko. Sinerve ko sa restaurant, it didn't make sense. Di ba? Kasi Filipino.
For you or the customers?
The customers. They were not ordering it. So, I had to teach myself. And then one day, my sous chef came home from Ilocos. May dalang bagnet yung sous chef ko.
Okay.
Sakto ako, kagagaling ko lang sa lola ko naman, I ate kare-kare from my lola.
Uy, nakita ko na. Nakita ko na.
There's a thing called family meal. Yung kunwari, kayo mga nasa restaurant, kain muna kayo magkakasama bago dumating yung mga customer. That's family meal. So kayo kain. Pinagsama namin yung kare-kare at bagnet.
Sarap.
We didn't know. Tas ang sarap, sabi namin.
Karibagnet.
This is 2008 We didn't know we would be inventing a dish that is now served in so many restaurants all across the metro.
Actually, oo.
Kami una niyan, yung nagkare-karing bagnet. Ngayon, when people say, Ed, ba't di mo pinagmamalaki na-invento niyo yan? Ganyan. Sabi ko, hindi naman ako nag-invento ng bagnet. Hindi naman ako nag-invento ng kare-kare. Pinagsama lang namin. Pero now, you will be hard-pressed to find a restaurant serving kare-kare na walang ganon eh. So may kilig ako. Ito, sinubukan ko. Minsan, hindi ako makatulog. Sinubukan ko lang i-AI. Sinat-GPT ko lang. Sino nag-invento ng kare-kare? Lumabas pangalan ko. Who invented kare-kare bagnet? So, kinilig ako. Pero syempre, wag mo na ipagmalaki yun. Sabi ng mga tao, ang kulit naman ito.
Right.
Kasi I don't get royalties from it. Diba? Okay lang. Pero diba? So, creativity is there when you're young. Yung lahat ng gusto mong subukan mo na.
Okay.
Kasi may room for error ka pa.
Mabata pa, Bi.
May room for error pa eh. Subok lang. Then as you get older, yung mga lessons mo, yung pagkakamali mo, yan yung humuhubog sa'yo as a better entrepreneur. Kasi di ba, they say entrepreneur is school of hard knocks. You can go to,
actually.
di ba, you can go to business school.
Pero,
wala. Business school is 2 textbook eh.
correct.
Hindi mo matututunan yung pagkakamali. Hindi mo matututunan yung malugi.
Ay, naku, yun pa, bro.
Hindi man tinuturo sa business school yun eh. Pag nalugi ka, ganito gagawin mo. Wala namang ganun eh. Di ba?
Bro, as in, i-pause lang kita saglit. Kasi nga napaka-siksik-liglig nung na-mention mo yun, di ba? Siyempre, yung una-una, make as many mistakes as possible.
Yes.
Tapos, of course, explore lang yung creative, babata pa tayo, di ba?
Subok.
So, i-emphasize ko lang sa mga nakikinig po sa atin ngayon, baka meron pang younger, early 20s, bagong graduate, na gusto yung magkamali. Now is the time to do so. As in, ngayon pa, habang siguro ng late 20s kaya pa yun, bro. Ano ba?
Tama, late 20s, early 20s. Kasi, Joe, right now, kaya I like hiring mga younger generation. Yung iba ayaw eh. Yung nag-hire ng younger generation. Gen Z, mahirap ka. Ako, nasa kanila yung creativity. Nandun pa yung hunger eh.
May ano pa, may bagong ideas pa.
Kasi, yung matatanda may bubog na eh. Parang, yoko na.
Mga edad
Nasaktan
natin,
na ako.
Mga edad natin, medyo,
diba?
ano na tayo, aburido.
Parang, ayoko na. Nag-risk na ako dati. Nasaktan lang ako. Iba na yun ha.
May hugot na.
So, I like hiring these young kids. They're very creative and they go against what I know. Diba?
Ay, nako. And of course, kung nakikita nyo po sa camera natin ngayon, si Kuya Ed, si Chef Ed, of course, very positive, very lively. Pero kasi, bro, just full disclosure na meron din ako sariling restaurant. Isa sa mga pinakamahirap na negosyo.
Sobra!
Ang isang restaurant. Grabe yung hirap. So that was your first challenge. And Pino is still there, diba? Tama ba?
We had to sell it nung pandemic. But we sold it to a friend of the company, kumbaga. Ang bait niya. He produces mga indie films eh. Yun ang trabaho talaga niya. And he does medical equipment. Hindi ko na yung papangalanan. Baka ayaw niya eh. He approached us nung pandemic. Ang bait. Sabi niya, guys, kamusta kayo ngayong pandemic? Sabi namin, hirap. Lahat naman hirap. Naiyak na kami. Bagong renovate kami. So, laki nang nilabas namin. As in, major renovation. So, anong nangyari? Sabi niya ganito, he gave a Godfather offer. I will pay for all of your utang, all of your arrears, which amounted around, I'll say the figure, close to 20M na. Kasi 'di ba, yung mga sweldong di mo nababayaran, pandemic.
Bro.
Ang hirap nun, yung renta, yung everything, suppliers, yung bagong renovation namin was around 10M eh. Close. Sabi niya, I will pay for everything. Pero ito yung deal. Okay lang ba hindi na kayo kasama sa new company? So I can start fresh. And okay lang no money to pocket nyo. Kumbaga, wala kayong kikitain. Basta,
yun talagang ginastos mo.
yung ginastos nyo lang.
Balik lang.
Kasi over the years naman, kumita na kayo. Kumbaga, 10-fold, 20-fold na yung return sa inyo. Tapos sabi namin, I think that's okay. Para makatulog na kami mahimbing. Kumbaga tanggal tinik. Hindi yung magigising ka, na-report ko na sa TV na hindi nagbabayad ng SSA. Yung mga ganyan. Sabi niya lahat ng benefits, babayaran niya lahat na utang. Basta okay lang ba, he starts fresh.
Right.
So now, buhay pa yung Pino, yung Pipino. Hindi na kami yung nag-handle but kumbaga nandun kami sa background cheering for them. Sana, kasi kami founders eh. Ganun
The
siya.
reason why I'm so invested kasi having you on board, chef. Kasi nga I know, may share ko sa yung restaurant namin. Ganun nga, babayaran mo mga sweldo,
Diba?
tapos yung mga nagpa-renovate, tapos hindi mo nababalik agad. Pero ang sakit nun bro, I mean, pandemic, nagpa-renovate ka, tama ba, before the pandemic?
Right before. Kasi malay ba namin magla-lockdown?
Aray,
As in, we got investors. As in, talagang we were so excited kasi sabi namin, this is the first major renovation ng Pino after
Correct.
14 years, 15 years. Ang tagal na eh. So major renovation siya. Ang ganda na. As in, kinuha pa namin yung bakanting unit sa tabi
It is,
namin.
it is.
Ganong
It is.
levels. But that's life.
How,
Diba?
bro, isa
Yun
pang
eh.
aside ng business, yun nga yung if you have backlogs, if you have arrears, how did you talk to your investors? I mean, para sa mga ano po, dun sa mga nagnegosyo, were they understanding?
I think now, kasi now what I do is, I get investors pa rin for my new concepts. Ang number one advice ko is I tell them, a business is not like a bank. No, na bibigay mo sa akin pera nyo, lalago yan. It's a risk. So make sure the money you're investing with me is disposable income. Na kung kumita, yahoo, di ba? Celebrate. If not, walang sisihan, walang away. Kasi this has to be very, very clear. Kasi it's my job to make that money back for you.
Correct.
However, we all have to understand the F&B business or world is the toughest, the thinnest of margins. There are so many surprise payments that we have to do. Like ito, I always go on social media to explain to people. They don't understand the government mandated benefits. They don't understand we pay for it. Akala nila may reimbursement. Sabi nila, Ed, baka mali lang accountant nyo, hindi nila na ano sa taxes. Sabi ko, it's a tax deduction, not a tax credit. Iba yun. A tax deduction is mga less than 5% ang nababalik. A tax credit, completely pwede kong i-credit sa taxes.
Iba yun.
So it's not. So sinasalo natin yan. And that's 20%. Tatanggalin pa yung VAT. Diba? Lahat yan. So yung mga ganyan, yung mga senior citizen, PWD, we're not against it. However, people have to understand, we pay for it. Diba?
Yung
Hindi kami galit.
restaurant, oh.
Hindi kami galit ha. Hindi kami galit. Gamitin nyo. Benefit niyan. Pero una, sana hindi fake. Marami nagka-fake.
Magamit ng fake IDs dyan ha. Yung sa PWD.
Sana walang fake. Pangalawa, I hope people understand it's your privilege, no? It's a benefit, but hindi yan sinasubsidize. Diba?
Hindi, tayo pa rin yun.
Kunwari ngayon, what is the biggest news starting the other day, July 20? Umangat ang minimum wage.
Bro.
No. Hindi tayo heartless na galit
Of course.
sa increase nito. Good, well and good for our employees. However, do we really think that's still enough for yung
Pricing,
yung cost of living sa Pilipinas? Is that enough for the cost of living? Hindi pa rin eh. So kawawa pa rin talaga yung ating employees. So what is the solution? We don't know. Diba? We don't know. Is it mga tax holidays? Is it mga more government support? Diba? Baka yun eh. Baka yun. So we don't know. So are we mad? No, we're seeking understanding from people na F&B, both sa investors and sa customers. Investors, guys, hindi ganun kadali. If you tell me now, Ed, magbubukas ng restaurant, do you support that idea? Maybe, but pag-isipan mo. Aralin mo, pag-isipan mo, then do it. Pag inaral mo talaga na mabuti and you think kikita ka, go. Pero yung for customers also, that's the same thing I tell them, guys. You have to understand, kaya medyo nagmahal na yung prices namin. It's not because we're being capitalistic. It's because we cannot afford it anymore.
If you see in one of my posts, bro, na hindi naman hindi ako agree dun sa aumento sa sahod nga natin. But of course, from a business operational standpoint, diba? Mahirap. So, magbabawas ba tayo ng portion o magtataas tayo ng presyo? And that's what you're saying right now na I hope you understand customers, I hope you understand na hindi po talaga kayang i-maintain otherwise.
It's the highest increase in years. One of the highest ever. I think it's the highest.
Actually.
Kasi raw, the past few years since pandemic, hino-hold yung increase. Hino-hold. So, kumbaga, naipon, isang bultuhan, ang bigat. Inflation couldn't keep up. Diba? Iba yan. So, mahirap. I mean, right now, I'm part of this association called Resto.ph. We are the biggest association. Oh, go! We are the biggest restaurant association in the Philippines. It was founded during the pandemic as a support group. So we all talk and discuss. Kahit the big players na members namin, the big names, kasi almost all of the big names are part of our group. Sila rin hirap. Hirap na hirap. Di na kaya. Di na kaya.
Naramdam ko yung boses mo, bro. Hindi kaya. Ay, nako, bro. I'm gonna pause. I'm gonna keep you a break. Give you a break for that at that point, Chef Ed. Kasi nga, malalim yung usapin na yan eh. Pero sa mga nakikinig po na gusto magsimula, again, we're not discouraging you guys. Sabi nga namin, especially if you're young, especially if you have money to spare. Of course, do whatever you wanna do with your money, and of course, put that in entrepreneurship. Mas pupunta pa po namin yung mga nitty-gritty na pagpapatakbo ng negosyo, guys, when we get back on our break. But in the meantime, ito, requested by our guest today,
Yan.
Ayan. So, coming, anong date ba to? Sorry.
Lalabas edad ko.
Coming from, grade 6 tayo to, bro. Grade 6.
Yan.
From 1997, Babyface featuring Mariah Carey. This is Every Time I Close My Eyes. You're still tuned in to Capital 104.3, Negosyo with Joe.
Joe, paano ba magsimula ng negosyo? What are the do's and don'ts? How do you grow your money? Get a real-life guide from authorities in the industry. Tune in to Negosyo with Joe. Negosyo with Joe. Fridays 4 to 5 p.m. Only here on Capital 104.3. Negosyo with Joe.
You're still tuned in to Capital 104.3 Negosyo with Joe, guys. And syempre kanina, ang usapan natin is, of course, the tips on how to start your own business, the realities, the hardships, the struggles, coming from, sabi nga nila, straight from the horse's mouth. Ika nga, at of all the horses na nakausap natin, ito yung pinakamatalino at pinakamagaling at masarap magluto. Welcome back to the show, Chef Ed Bugia. Chef!
Hello guys, hello.
Ayan, ako napakasarap din usapan natin off-air kung pwede lang sabihin. Pero pwede naman sabihin yata on air. Anyway, so going back, bro, balik tayo sa usapan natin. Kanina, you mentioned the struggles, the hardships, and the realities of having start your business. At diretso tayo doon, especially doon sa mga nakikinig sa atin ngayon na gusto talagang mag-start something. You mentioned, bro, na kanina, parang you have an idea, you have a business idea, pero wala kang puhunan. Ngayon, sa mga nagugustong magnegosyo, bro, na wala akong pera, ay mga sinasabi nila, wala kasi akong puhunan eh, paano ako magsisimula? What's your advice sa mga ganun?
Ganito lang kasimple yan, no? The more partners you have, mas maraming headache yan. So, kunwari kuha ka ng, I've done this before for my old restos. 20, 30 kayo nag-i-invest kasi malaki yung pupunan. Sipin mo lahat yan may opinion. Lahat yan iba intindi sa what negosyo is and what F&B is, no? Iba-iba. Lahat yan sasabihin, Ed, bakit yung iced tea natin made from scratch, yung magbo-brew pa with natural ingredients, di ba pwede powder lang para mas malaki kita? So you have to put your foot down kung ano yung pananaw nyo, ano dapat yung sinaserve nyo, ano yung restaurant nyo. So each partner is a headache. So ano solution dyan? If you can invest in it by yourself or utang ka muna sa bank, sa family, yung konti lang kayo, yung sobrang konti lang kayo, better. Para konti lang kinakausap mo. But if you're already very seasoned and you know how to, kasi management of a restaurant is management of partners, management of employees
yes.
It's not really just the food eh. So kung magaling ka na, marunong ka makipagtao, makitao, di ba? Makipagkapwa-tao, kaya mo yung partners and basta isa lang ang vision nyo and view nyo dito sa negosyo, pwede na marami kayo.
Tuwa ako, bro, kasi parang you know what you're kasi alam ko ganyan talaga. You know your stuff talaga. Yun talaga yung reality, no?
Yan ang reality.
As much as possible, sabi nga po ni Chef Ed, if you can keep it slim, yung team nyo na grupo, go. Pero kung sanay ka na makapag-negotiate, so yun talaga ang advice mo, bro. So if you're starting something, meron kang product or idea na wala kang pera.
Basta walang sisihan eh. Kasi yun naman yun eh. Kasi ang advice ni partner ni Joe Mag, no? Every time a business has money, wala kang maririnig na ni isang reklamo. Kahit sabi mo, kunwari, dividendo. What you call that dividends eh, pagka kumikita na eh, di ba? Kunwari, after 1 year, may pera. Or after a month. Pagka kahit pa 5,000 pesos lang yung dividendo nyo, wala kang maririnig. Pero the moment tumigil yan, biglang lahat, ba't wala tayong kinita this month? Parang di mo, ang hirap explain, malamang, first day of classes, di tuition, lahat yung pera ng, or bagyo, or, ang hirap, di ba? Kasi ikaw yung sa day-to-day, di nila nakikita di ba?
So, guys, mga manonood, tuwan-tuwain mo kasi ganun talaga yung nagdadaanan ko.
Ganun talaga
Kasi pag 8 partner mo, 7 partner mo, di ba?
Yan.
So, isa.
Explain mo pa isa-isa. Tapos lahat sila, can we meet? Pa isa-isa. Parang ako, pwede bang basahin nyo na lang kasi yung group chat? Sinasabi ko naman yung problema.
Executive report mo, di ba?
Andyan naman may top sheet naman ako dyan explaining
Sorry guys, sorry. Talagang feel na feel ko na yung sinasabi ni Ed. Ganun talaga pinagdadaanan ng negosyo, bro. Ito naman, bro. One of the things that you have to deal then, especially in the food industry, if in your case, is negative feedback. Sa mga merong food industry na how do you deal, bro, with yung critique talaga na negative, totoong negative feedback, hindi yung bashers lang.
No problem. Joe, ganito yan When I was younger, I was on top of the world kasi wala na akong negative at all. Maybe because bata pa ang social media noon. Yung mga tao hindi pa ganun ka, alam mo na, di ba, sa social media. So every time meron, kahit isa, napipikon ako ng bata ako, parang, kunwari, burger project ko, yung luma kong concept. Ang concept dati ng burger project is create your own burgers. Create your own. Kumbaga, ikaw, may checklist kami bibigay sa'yo. Di ba? Check mo, ano lalagay mo? May umangal. Sabi, hindi masarap yung ginawa kong burger. Vlogger to Blinag pa niya. Sabi ko, nag-reply talaga ako. Ikaw gumawa ba't ikaw hindi nasarapan? Sabi niya, kahit ako gumawa ng combination na to, dapat masarap pa rin ang kalabasan. Sabi ko, Pikon talaga ako. Napikon ako. Talagang mula nun, inekis ko na, may manamit ang common friend. Even wife ko sabi, mabait yan. Ang dami nagsabi, mabait yung vlogger na yan.
Okay,
ako, hanggang ngayon, okay. Hindi ko siya kausa. Ilang years na yun Pero syempre, I'm sure may point naman siya. May point siya. Pero ako lang, pikon ako nung bata ako Pikon Ngayon I got older, mas mellow na ako.
So parang, if you're now you,
yan.
how would you deal with that kind
ngayon,
of
situation? Dalawa lang yan Una, it's not worth it anymore na may pag-away. Kasi tanda na ako, ayoko na ma-stress. Number 2, if they will insist na ayaw talaga nila or pangit talaga or whatever, that means they are not your customer. Move on. Kumbaga, what I mean is, yes, they're your customer, bumili sila sa'yo. Is it worth winning them over, winning them back para bumalik?
Right.
It's not. Kumbaga, ang dami pang iba dyan na hindi pa nakakatikim ng food mo, doon ka na lang mag-focus. Customer acquisition ka na lang. Yung isang na-lose mo na
Right,
pero you have to treat them properly. Kumbaga, may sige po, we will look into it. Check namin kung mali talaga yung pagkaluto, ganyan, and never gaslight. Huwag mo sabihin sa kanila, hindi, tama naman yung pagkaluto, baka mali lang yung, huwag mong ganunin.
So mga nakikinig po, especially sa mga food owners,
wag.
palusot pa,
Wag na. It's not worth it. Kumbaga sabihin nyo na lang, sorry na kagad. Alam mo, I have converted 1-star Google reviews into 4 or 5-star Google reviews just by reaching out to them. Hindi ko sinasabing, pwede nyo po umburahin yung review nyo kasi nakasira ng I just reach out to them and say, hi, I saw your review. It's very valid. Aayusin ko yan. Can I invite you back personally para matry nyo na ayos na? Biglang magic, mabubura yung 1-star review. Biglang, okay na. Diba? You attract more honey, you attract more flies with honey than with vinegar.
So, bro, running a business, so people management of customers, of your employees, and
egos. Egos of everyone.
Investors as well.
Investors,
so again,
yes.
sa mga nakikinig po, huwag nyo awayin.
Nyawayin. Dati nang-aaway pa ako. Ngayon sabi ko,
mapatol ka pa.
Dati, bakit? Hindi. Mali lang kayo or whatever. Ngayon, tama kayo. We probably have, we did a misstep. No, there was probably a mistake in our process. We will look into it. Everything is valid kasi everyone's experience is valid. People have to understand, di ba, to be an expert in something, you have to do it 10,000 times? Di ba, ganun daw yan
10,000 hours.
Di ba, 10,000 hours. How many times do people eat every day?
Tama.
How many hours do people eat? So everyone's a food expert.
Correct.
By default.
Gusto ko yun.
By default, wala tayong magagawa doon. Lahat expert sa pagkain. Kahit sabi mo, hindi sila marunong magluto, but they know how to eat.
I like that.
They know how to eat. So wala tayong magagawa. Wala tayong magagawa. Kahit sabi mo, marunong kumain pero wala naman siyang taste. Really? Come on. You can't say that. You can't say that. Di ba? You can't say that.
So yun naman, bro, pivot ako lang konti. Again, in the same industry pa rin tayo, your business, your food and business. Ngayon, bago na naman yung era natin, generation natin, kasi wala pang AI, wala pang cellphone masyado. Ngayon, bro, would you, in your opinion, does AI or technology affect you? I mean, the food business sa panahon ngayon, or okay, walang problema ko basta maganda yung produkto mo?
AI, lalo na ang mas laganap ngayon sa food industry sa AI is the posters Nakikita ko mga
Di ba?
food collaterals. Halata eh.
Halata.
Actually, yung isa kong intern, napagsabihan ko the other day, sabi ko, "Uy, ano tong ilalabas natin poster? Mukhang AI." In fairness sa kanya, pinakita niya sa akin, hindi po AI yan, kinanva ko yan. Ito yung Canva link ko. Ako nag-design yan. So nagkataon lang, ganun kagaling na kasi ng AI. Mukha na siyang real na kinanva. So, what do I do? What do we do? We cannot blame the people who do not have the manpower or the funds to make their own to hire their own designers or whatever. Pabayaan mo na. Pero wag lang siguro kaya people are bothered pag big companies do it Parang, uy, may budget naman kayo, ba't nyo shortcut? Hire real people naman kasi kailangan rin ng lahat ng trabaho. It's a whole ecosystem Even me, right now, honestly, I can say my wife takes really good photos. Pwedeng siya na lang hire ko or libre na lang na, uy, pwede ba sa flip side, ikaw mag-picture naman ng bago kong burger. Di ba? Libre kitang burger. Pero may kumakatiwala na food photographer na hinahire ko. Pare, ikaw na lang, bayaran kita kasi it's an ecosystem. You support them.
I get it.
Diba? And portfolio nila, napapagmalaki nila na, uy, client ko yan. So, diba? Kumakalat din sa industry.
Saying hi pala. Shout out kay wife. Ano pangalan ni wife?
Her name is Trixie.
Hi, Trixie. Hi din sa asawa ko pala. No, I like that train of thought mo, bro. Kasi nga, ako, dati, especially yung start na, diba? Tayo social media, tayo marketing, tayo customer service. And si wifey, hi ulit sa wife ko, nagagalit sa akin minsan na, ba't daw nag-delegate? So, I mean, can you explain, which segues me, bro, to the next question. How important in a company or in order to grow is delegation?
That's a very good question kasi it's the only way you can scale and expand. You will not be able to grow as a company if you don't delegate. So, pag sinabi ng mga tao, hindi, kailangan kasi katiwala mo, kailangan, well, don't hire people you cannot trust. You have to trust them with everything kasi negosyo, pera yan. F&B, pagkain yan. Pag nagkamali ka sa luto, pwede magkasakit yung customer. It has to be implicit trust, as in blind trust talaga. Have systems in place. Kung baga, hindi mo tiwala cashier mo, check mo yung POS mo gabi-gabi kung bumabangga yung pera. Diba? Wala kang magagawa. Kasi, if you are too obsessed with the day-to-day operations of your restaurant, yung micromanagement, hindi mo may isip yung macro, yung scaling, yung pampalaki. 'Di ba? Yung business opportunities, ganyan. May napakinggan ako just a few weeks ago. Ang ganda na sinabi, your company will only grow as fast as your leader. So kung mabagal ang leader mo, hindi yan mag-grow. Kung kunwari yung leader mo, yung CEO mo, ganito, ganyan, ganyan. Uy, hanggang doon ka lang. So if you're willing to take that risk to grow bigger, kailangan yung leader nyo ready to grow bigger also.
Medyo mabilis din mag-decision.
Kailangan. Kaya ako, I'm trying to delegate some na mas mabilis mag-isip.
Diba, no?
O kunwari ako, yung pag-approve, binigay ko na nga yung lalo na yung TikTok. Binigay ko na sa intern ko.
Correct.
I trust you. Basta in-approve ko na yan, ikaw na mag-post. Tapos ikaw na mag-reply sa mga tuturuan na lang kita. Kunwari, may hirap kang replyan na comment or saka mo ako i-message. Kasi hirap kung puro ako yan Sa totoo lang, ako pa kasi yan Kunwari sa Instagram, ikaw mag-message kayo, "Hi, what are your store hours?" Ganyan. Or
Diba?
Ako pa rin yan Ako pa rin yan. Ganyan. Ba't sarado po kayo ngayon? Buhapag po Pero syempre, kailangan mabait yung mo. Mabait yung sagot mo, di ba? Ako pa rin yan. So, it's really tough. So, learn to delegate and trust.
Bro, can you i-elaborate lang natin kung pa yung term na scale? So, sa mga nakikinig po, kung starting kayo siguro hindi pa gano'n, pero yung ano big sabihin ng scale, bro? How can you scale? Diba?
Scale is getting your business to grow bigger. For example, may isang business ang brother ko na I helped out with, naki-invest ako just recently. It's called Hoy Sisig. Hoy Sisig. It's a mini stall in UP. Tas ang pinaka-claim to fame niya ngayon, dahil nagugustuhan siya ngayon ng mga customer dahil bago pa lang is Kapampangan style sisig. Kasi konti lang yung Kapampangan style sa Manila Yung walang itlog, walang mayo, yung talagang inihaw. Sibuyas, inihaw, 'di ba? Yung ganyan. Lalo na, ang dami palang Kapampangan based in Manila. So they're enjoying it. Sabi nila, uy, taste like yung kinagisnan namin na sisig. Now, low capital yung grupo ni Utol, no, ng brother ko. His name is Eugene, no. Low capital. So, how do you scale something kung wala kang capital? May naisip kaming style just a few days ago. Let's do reselling. Parang yung naging uso nung pandemic. Reseller program. So ngayon, gumawa kami ng reseller program. Babagsak namin presyo for the resellers. Get it from us in bulk so that you can resell. So hindi mo na kailangan ng physical store. Resell from your villages, from your So
Simple lang, pero,
skill. Skill. So ibig sabihin, I can go all over the metro without having to ocular pouch check out the location. So kasi mas kabisado na ng mga reseller yung area.
Correct.
Alam nila kung may market for this much na frozen sisig kasi frozen namin binibigay eh.
Pwede mo lutuin no?
Lutuin na lang parang
Galing.
or ibenta nyo na frozen. Sabihin nyo sa kanila, defrost nyo na lang tapos nyo sa sizzling plate, okay na yan. Diba? Ganun, that's scale. Scale is growing your business in a way na it reaches more customers. So, multiple branches, diba? Not everyone and not every concept can be scaled, but if it is designed to be scaled, you should scale it very quickly.
Ay, nako. Bro, ako, sobrang bilis na oras natin. How many minutes ba, Bia, para bago tayo magtapos? I have siguro 2 or 3 more questions before we end.
Kala ko 2 or 3 more hours tayo.
Shoutout po sa ating station manager, Ma'am Chia. Ma'am, siguro 90 minutes na yung program natin next time. My next question, bro, is this. You said that you just parang stumbled into entrepreneurship, di ba? Parang
Yes.
you just serendipitous or destiny. For those listening na, and I've said this in my previous show na, karamihan talaga sa mga Pilipino, bro, ang mindset employee, bro, di ba? Kasi karamihan talaga magtrabaho ka, mag-aral ka, mabuti, maghanap ka ng magandang trabaho na may magandang sahod. Is there a way, in your opinion, in your experience, na you can convert or you can convince someone na aside from your job, you can keep your day job and still be an entrepreneur? Or fully, pwede ba bang kumbinsin na maging entrepreneur isang tao? Or you think na pag wala sa kanya talaga?
Hindi, ang exact term na tawag dyan is what is your risk appetite? Diba? Gaano ka willing mag-risk ng ng funds nyo, ng time nyo, ng effort nyo into something. Now, if your risk appetite is very low, hindi ka pwede maging entrepreneur. Kasi pagka nagkamali, sisisihin mo yung sarili mo, sisisihin mo lahat ng pwede mo sisihin. Hindi kasi nag-workout kasi itong mga customer hindi nila maintindihan yung produkto ko eh. Pangit. Puro sisi. But if your risk appetite is high, kumbaga, let's take this risk, lundagin mo. Kumbaga, lundagin mo buong buo. Hindi pwedeng sinawsaw mo lang yung paa mo eh. Parang subok lang, mainit, malamig ba yung tubig? Hindi, tumalong ka na. Pagkatalon mo, pag na-submerge ka na di ba? Doon mo malalaman, okay to. Okay tong decision ko. My wife is my perfect example. She did not know this. I had to push her para kasi
Same.
she was mas maganda yung kwento sa kanya kasi ako umpisa pa lang tumalon na ako yung sa kanya she was in corporate. She worked for so many international brands, etc. Then one day, ang cute ng kwento, mabilis lang to. Ang cute ng kwento, nakita ko yung journal niya nasa sofa namin. Ako, bawal naman basahin ng journal, di ba?
Personal.
May sungay ako. Tinignan ko. Buti na lang wala nakasulat na about me naman. Ang nakasulat in one of the pages, I want to open my own agency. Sabi ko, di ba niya ginagawa? And tagal na niya sinulat to. So, miniting ko siya. Halika, kape tayo. Oo. Sabi ko, kape tayo. May Starbucks sa baba ng condo namin eh.
Meeting
Halika. Nakita ko yung journal mo. Huwag mo batukan muna. Huwag mo busan ng mainit na kape. Pero isa lang naman nabasa ko doon. Tapos di ko na chinek kung ano yung iba nakasulat. Nakasulat doon yung gusto mong open yung sarili mong agency. Tara, guide kita. Kung paano tayo mag-uumpisa. Now she has one of the biggest digital PR agencies in town. And she runs it from her own home office lang. Sa living room lang niya. Kasi, tinanong niyo lahat ng empleyado niya gusto niyo ba ng opisina talaga o gusto niyo ng bonus? Siyempre lahat, bonus na lang. Ganun na lang. So, ganun nangyari. So, now, digital PR is yung mga influencer marketing, yung mga, kailangan ng brand ng mga, social media creators to, So, ganun. So, one of the biggest, and she manages some of these talents also. Yung mga nakikita niyo sa TikTok, Instagram ng mga personalities online, siya nagmamanage sa mga yan.
Nice, sweet.
So, diba?
Paano naman yung store ko? Joke lang.
Pero yun ang nangyari. It's really, you have to, sometimes you need someone to push you off the cliff, off the edge. 'Di ba? Na parang yan.
Kailangan may konting push.
Kailangan may ganun kasi what if you really trust in this person na kaya mo naman yan eh. Takot ka lang eh. Kasi nga, the risk appetite is low.
So siguro bro, taas ng risk appetite mo.
Kasi Raulo na ako eh. Kasi manid na ako eh. Manid na ako eh. Subok lang na subok.
Ano yan? Sino ba yung na-interview na? Si Steve C. Na yun nga. Kailangan talaga mataas yung tolerance mo sa failure, sa mistakes.
Yeah. Di ba? It's the IQ, EQ, and then AQ.
AQ din,
Adversity quotient mo eh. How are you with adversity?
No? May common denominator talaga may entrepreneur bro eh. Talang yung adversity quotient mo kung yung ilang Manila. Actually, si King Panda na-interview namin bro just to segue.
Makulit yun. Okay yun.
Sir Hans ha. Sabi niya 10 negosyo try niya. Siyang palpak.
Totoo yan.
Isa lang yung...
Totoo yan. Ako, ang dami kong sinusubukan na malilit na negosyo. Malay ko bang yung burger na nagawa ko na dati, yung pala yung magsasucceed ulit, yung flip side. Diba?
Ay nako, ulitin ko, emphasize ko lang guys yung risk tolerance ha. For those of you listening, sabi nga ni Chef Ed, kung know yourself, kung talagang mababa yung yung threshold mo for mistakes or failure or lugi. Kasi wala pa ako nakikita ng entrepreneur na hindi na lugi bro.
If you want security, mag-corporate ka.
If you want security, get
At saka kung gusto mong gumigising ng 6 a.m. every day, papasok ka, and that kind of life is for you. That's not a bad life Minsan mas tahimik na buhay nga yun eh.
Actually no.
Kasi entrepreneur, sige, hindi ka nga 6 gumigising pero gising ka hanggang 6. Kasi gising ka hanggang 6 kasi may problema ganyan, di ba?
One of the things also that bro na sabi ko na panood ko rather is entrepreneurship is the parang fast course to character development. Kasi parang lahat masusubukan, lahat ng problema lahat
you will make so many new friends but also enemies.
Yes,
yung mga ganyan kasi yung masasagasaan mo because you're fighting so hard for your business to survive eh. So but syempre yung pagsagasa, it's not, hindi naman sinasadya. Hindi sinasadya yan. Minsan lang bakit ang yabang nito? Bakit sabi niya mas masarap burger niya sa akin? So, di ba, yung hindi mo alam na nasagasaan mo pala, di ba? Yung ganun.
Ay, nako, bro, sabi nga direct ng tech ko, konting oras na lang. Siguro, we're still very young. We are in our 40s. Nako, na-age reveal ko tuloy yung edad natin. Pero, what's next for the Chef Ed Bugia? We're young. We have siguro 30, 40, 50 years ahead of us. What is the vision for your brands?
When we sold our restaurants nung pandemic, ang sinabi namin magpa-partner, magkaka-age kami, all the same age. Sabi namin magpa-partner. And we were 40s na nito ngayon, early 40s. Sabi namin, bata pa tayo, let's start again from scratch. So sabi namin, huwag tayo matakot to start over. Pero sila ayaw na mag-resto. Na-trauma na eh. Ako, sabi ko, walang magagawa mas chef eh. Talagang resto ang output ko eh. I want Flipside Burgers to eventually get to yung dream ni partner ko rin, and dream namin is, di ba, potato corner sa Global Sensation. I've had, may mga inquiry now from Thailand. Sabi nila, ang ganda raw ng burger scene doon. Tingnan natin kung magkaroon na ng Flipside Burgers doon. Yung cafe naman namin, it's not something I want to scale kaagad, but the partners want to na eh. They're so happy with it eh. They're like, Ed, ano yan, yung Easter Coffee Club, let's expand na here, and here. We'll see, pero ang dream ko syempre is makilala kami sa good coffee napuntahan. And finally, si Hoy Sisig, I want everyone to understand, ito, kami yung maging go-to pagkapampangan sisig.
Kapag kapampangan sisig ang
doon
hanap
tayo
mo.
kay Hoy Sisig.
Open ba ngayon?
Open ngayon. Nandiyan na sa UP ngayon. Nasa
brother.
Food Panda kami, nasa UP kami sa Gyud. Masarap siya, masarap. As in, you can order it sizzling doon sa store. You can order it frozen if you want to reheat it at home.
Order tayo.
Yan.
Siguro, pahabol pa bro. Ito naman, siguro, last na lang talaga unless my text really going to stop me. How important is having hindi not perfect pero the right partner in life? Of course, I'm pertaining to Trixie. How crucial is that, especially for an entrepreneur who is crazily positive in life? Now, pa sobrang taas ng risk tolerance, how crucial bro ang factor ng having a very supportive wife or partner in life?
It is the biggest decision of your life. One of the biggest decisions of your life. When people say, do not settle, never settle for your life partner, totoo yan. Kasi once you find the perfect partner, hindi naman puro support lang gagawin yan eh.
Correct.
Siya rin ang magiging devil's advocate mo eh. Siya yung biggest critic mo eh. Parang, bakit? Kahit yung mga simpleng, bakit yan ang sinabi mo? Burahin mo yan. Yung mga sa Facebook, yung mga humirit ka ng ganito, ganyan. Burahin mo yan. Huwag yan ganyan. Yung mga ganyan eh. And they will support you parang kunwari. Kaya alam kong I had a very winner product sa Flipside. Siya kasi nagluluto sa bahay nun na, tikman mo nga, tingnan mo mabibenta to. Pagtikim talaga niya, oh my God, mas masarap to sa mga dati mong luto. Parang ko, wow, hindi masarap yung mga dati ko? Sabi niya, hindi, pero ito na yung pinakamasarap. Ito na yung ibenta mo, ito na yung gawin mong burger. Okay, so di ba, it's going to be the biggest decision of your life. So, huwag kang padalos-dalos dyan. Di ba? Kailangan maayos ang pagkikilatis. Di ba? Kikilitis pala sa ganyan.
Anyway, so again, very, very important. Especially if you are like us na entrepreneur talaga.
Yes.
Kasi di ba pag hindi bro?
Matagal akong walang life partner ng entrepreneur, ng batang entrepreneur. Yeah. I was single for 9 years. Kasi I thought, mas madali na wala kang life partner kasi wala kang iniisip kundi sarili mo lang eh. Oh, tagal. Sabi ko, ayoko, kunwari date. Oh, date lang. Sige, movie tayo. Nox, kala mo gwapo ko eh, no? Kala mo pogi. Parang, sige, dinner. Pero,
sorry guys,
sige, pero hard to get ako. At saka busy ako. Yun na lagi busy. Pero marirealize mo, you can be busy with someone naman pala.
Nice.
Diba? Para may support group ka rin.
Nakakakilig batang 90s
Yan, diba?
Movie tayo sa isod
ganyan.
Anyway, on that note, ako guys, sabi ko nga kanina, napaka-siksik-liglig ng programa natin. Ma'am Chia, baka maging 90 minutes na po yung program natin next time. Anyway, so again, we've had a very kung may real talk, ito na po yung pinaka-real talk natin, especially in the food industry. Siguro last shoutout na lang, bro, Chef Ed, for, of course, invite your our listeners, our viewers, of course, to your restaurants. Siyempre, kay Trixie na rin. Go ahead.
Sige. Well, hi to my wife, and also, guys, I'm inviting everyone to go to our restos, visit, try our food. Flipside Burgers has 5 locations all over the metro. In Good Food, UP Diliman, Arcovia in Pasig, Greenfield in Mandaluyong, Jackie Louville in BF Homes, and Alabang West Parade in Las Piñas. Si Easter Coffee Club naman is all the way in Eastland Heights in Antipolo, and Hoy Sisig naman is also in Good Food in UP Diliman campus. Yun, I'm inviting everyone to go. Follow me on social media. It's
follow.
at Chef Edward sa TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, even X kung gumagamit kayo nun.
X ka rin. Okay.
At saka Threads yan.
Threads.
Ayan, at Chef Edward.
Tapos follow na rin natin yung Spotify niyo, bro, yung Sinigang.
Meron kami niyan, yung podcast namin, the Sinigang.
Sinigang. Ayan. On that note, again, we would like to thank our guest for today. Bro, maraming salamat.
Thank you for having me.
For another, damandam ako yung kanina. Mamaya pagkwentuhan natin offer. But in the meantime, guys, magpapaalam na po kami. Again, you're tuned in to Negosyo with Joe. Tapusin natin yung programa, bro. I'm sure you know this song coming from 1998. Of course, one of the best in hip-hop. Si Tupac, of course. Tapos ito po yung kanta niya na Changes from 1998. Again, saying hi to all the listeners from all across the country and the world. Thank you so much. You have a great weekend, guys. Maraming salamat po. And we'll see you again next week. Thank you. Ingat!
Negosyo with Joe on Capital 104.3.